Have you ever arrived in a new city, stepped outside, and suddenly felt excited and confused at the same time? The streets look unfamiliar, the buildings seem different. And even a simple question like, "Where should I go first?" can feel surprisingly difficult. But that moment can also become one of the best opportunities to use real-life English.
That is so true. Exploring a new city is not only about visiting famous places. It is also about asking for directions, understanding signs, ordering food, using public transportation, speaking with local people, and staying calm when your plan changes.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Daily English Podcast. I am Noah, and I am here to learn, ask questions, and enjoy this journey with you.
And I am Grace. I will help you understand useful English expressions in a simple and natural way. Today, we are exploring a new city together. And I have a feeling this episode may make you want to pack a small bag and walk somewhere you have never been before.
There is something special about entering a place where everything is new. You notice the sound of traffic, the smell of food from a small restaurant, the way people move through the streets, and the little details that you might ignore in your own neighborhood.
Exactly. A new city makes us more alert. We listen more carefully. We look around more often. We ask more questions. That is why this topic is so useful for English learners. It gives you practical language that you can use while traveling, studying abroad, meeting visitors, or exploring a different part of your own city.
Sometimes, the most memorable experiences are not the ones we planned. Maybe you miss a bus and discover a quiet park. Maybe you take the wrong street and find a beautiful market. Maybe you ask someone for help and have a friendly conversation that makes the whole day better.
Those moments teach us something important. Exploring does not mean controlling every detail. It means paying attention, making small decisions, and being open to surprises. In English, you do not need perfect grammar to do that. You need a few clear phrases, the confidence to speak, and the patience to listen.
Many learners become nervous in a new place. They may know the words in their head, but when someone answers quickly, their mind goes blank.
That happens to many people. The good news is that confidence grows through simple situations. You ask where the nearest station is. You check whether a museum is open. You ask which bus goes downtown. You order a local dish. Each successful exchange gives you a little more courage.
And even when the exchange is not perfect, it can still be successful. You may need to ask the person to repeat something. You may misunderstand a street name. You may point at a map. That is still communication.
Absolutely. Real communication is not a performance. It is cooperation. One person speaks, the other person listens, and both people try to understand. When you remember that, English feels less like a test and more like a useful tool.
In this episode, we are going to experience the feeling of exploring a new city from the first step. We will hear natural questions, polite requests, useful travel phrases, and everyday reactions. We will also notice how people speak when they are curious, uncertain, excited, or slightly lost. As you listen, imagine that you are with us. Picture the streets, the buses, the small shops, the busy crossings, and the quiet corners. Think about what you would notice first and what you might want to ask.
You can also use this episode for shadowing practice. Listen to a sentence, Pause, and repeat it in a calm voice. Focus on the rhythm and the meaning. Your goal is not to sound perfect. Your goal is to make the sentence feel natural.
When you arrive in a new city, what do you usually look for first? A place to eat, a famous landmark, a comfortable cafe, et à transportation map, or maybe a quiet street where you can walk and observe?
Keep your answer in mind, because the way you explore says something about you. Some people plan every stop. Some people follow their curiosity. Some people want history and architecture, while others want food, music, and local life.
Today, our journey begins at a busy train station. We have just arrived. Our bags are with us, and the city is moving quickly outside. We know the name of our hotel, but we are not completely sure how to get there. A large map hangs near the exit. Buses are stopping across the street, and an information desk is only a few steps away.
We could take the underground train, use a bus, walk part of the way, or ask for advice. So we look at the map, listen to the announcements, and decide that the best first step is to speak with someone who knows the area.
I take a breath, walk toward the information desk, and think carefully about how to begin the conversation. Excuse me, could you help me find the best way to get to River Street Hotel?
Of course. River Street Hotel is near the Old Town District. Are you planning to walk, or would you prefer public transportation?
I am carrying a suitcase, so public transportation would probably be easier. Is there a direct bus from the station?
There is a bus, but you will need to change once. The underground train is faster and easier if this is your first time in the city.
That sounds better. Which line should I take?
Take the green line from this station and travel toward Central Square. Get off at Museum Road. The hotel is about a 10-minute walk from there.
Let me make sure I understand. I take the green line toward Central Square and get off at Museum Road.
Exactly. Museum Road is the fourth stop from here.
Great. Where can I buy a ticket?
There are ticket machines beside the entrance. You can pay with cash or a bank card. You can also buy a day pass if you plan to use public transportation several times today.
I do want to explore the city after leaving my luggage at the hotel. Would a day pass be worth it?
Definitely. A day pass gives you unlimited travel on the underground trains and city buses until the end of the day.
That sounds convenient. Is the ticket machine easy to use?
Yes. You can choose English on the first screen. Then select Day Pass and follow the instructions.
Thank you. I always feel slightly nervous when I use public transportation in a new city.
No worries. The signs inside the station are clear. You will also see the name of each stop on a screen inside the train.
That is helpful. Do the trains run frequently?
They usually arrive every 6 to 8 minutes during the day. You should not have to wait long.
Perfect. One more question. Is there anything interesting near the hotel?
Yes. The Old Town District is one of the most enjoyable areas to explore. You will find a historic market, a riverside walking path, several small museums, and many local restaurants.
That sounds exactly like what I am looking for. I would love to walk around and try some local food.
Then, you should visit the historic market before it closes. It is busiest in the morning, but many food stalls stay open until early evening.
Is it within walking distance of the hotel?
Yes. Leave the hotel and turn left. Continue straight until you reach a stone bridge. Cross the bridge and you will see the market entrance on your right.
So I turn left outside the hotel. Walk straight. Cross the stone bridge. And the market will be on my right.
That is correct. It should take about 15 minutes.
Wonderful. Is the area safe to explore alone?
It is generally a busy and welcoming area. As in any city, keep your bag close and pay attention to your surroundings, especially in crowded places.
Of course, I will be careful. Are there any local dishes that I should try?
The market is famous for its vegetable soup, grilled fish, and warm bread filled with cheese and herbs. If you want something sweet, try the honey cakes.
Honey cakes sound dangerous for someone who promised to eat healthy while traveling.
One cake will not destroy your healthy lifestyle. Walking around the city will probably balance it out.
I like that way of thinking. Perhaps I should walk an extra street before eating one.
That sounds like a reasonable travel plan.
What about famous landmarks? Is there one place that I should not miss?
The clock tower is the most popular landmark in the old town. It stands on the hill above the river, and the view from the top is beautiful.
Can I walk there from the market?
Yes, but the road becomes quite steep near the top. Wear comfortable shoes and take your time.
How long does the walk take?
Around 25 minutes from the market. You can also take the small city bus from Market Square if you feel tired.
I think I will walk. I enjoy seeing the smaller streets and local neighborhoods.
Then you may discover some lovely places along the way. There is a quiet garden behind the public library and a small street filled with local art shops.
Those are exactly the kinds of places I enjoy. Famous landmarks are interesting, but small, unexpected places often become my favorite memories.
I agree. Exploring a city slowly can help you notice its real character.
Is there a good place to watch the sunset?
The Riverside Park near the clock tower is probably the best choice. From there, you can see the river, the old bridge, and the lights coming on across the city.
That sounds beautiful. Does the park stay open in the evening?
Yes, it is open until late. Many people go there to walk, sit on the grass, or listen to local musicians.
I may spend the evening there after visiting the market and the tower.
That would make a wonderful first day. Just remember that the last underground train leaves Museum Road shortly before midnight.
Thank you for mentioning that. I do not want my first adventure in the city to end with me sleeping on a station bench.
The benches are not very comfortable, so I strongly recommend returning to your hotel.
I will follow that advice. Could I take a city map with me?
Certainly. The maps are on the counter beside you. This one shows the underground lines, Busroute, main landmarks, and walking paths.
This is very useful. Could you point out the hotel and the market on the map?
Here is the station where we are now. Follow the green line to Museum Road. Your hotel is here near the river. The market is across the stone bridge. And the clock tower is on this hill.
I see it now. The map makes everything feel much clearer.
You can also download the city transportation application. It gives live information about train times and bus delays.
Does it work without an internet connection?
The map can be viewed without an internet connection after you download it. But live transportation updates require a connection.
Good to know. I will download the map while I am still at the station.
That is a smart idea. You may also find free wireless internet at the hotel, public library, and many cafes.
Excellent. I think I am ready to begin exploring.
Before you go, Would you like me to write down the name of the station near your hotel?
Yes. Please. I sometimes understand a place name when I read it, but I do not recognize it when someone says it quickly.
That is completely normal. The station is called Museum Road. Listen carefully. Museum Road.
Museum Road.
Very good. Try it once more with a smooth rhythm. Museum Road.
Museum Road.
Perfect. If you need help later, you can show the written name to a driver or another passenger.
Thank you for being so patient. You have made my first few minutes in the city much easier.
You are very welcome. Enjoy your visit and do not be afraid to ask people for help. Most local people are happy to give directions.
I will remember that. Have a great day.
You too. Enjoy exploring the city.
I walk away from the information desk feeling much calmer than before. A few minutes earlier, the station seemed noisy and confusing. Now I know which train to take, where to get off, and what I can explore after checking into the hotel.
That small conversation has already opened the door to the city. Clear questions, careful listening, and simple confirmation help turn uncertainty into a real plan.
I look toward the ticket machines and hold the city map in my hand. The green line is waiting below the station, and beyond it are the old streets, the market, the river, and perhaps one unforgettable honey cake.
And hidden inside that conversation are several useful expressions that can help any traveler feel more confident in an unfamiliar place.
When I listen to that conversation again, I notice something important. I did not need complicated English to find my way through the city. I only needed clear questions, careful listening, and a few useful expressions that helped me confirm the information.
Exactly. Many learners believe they need advanced vocabulary before they can travel confidently. In reality, simple language is often the most effective language. Let us look closely at some expressions from the conversation and see how they work in everyday situations.
The first expression I used was, "Excuse me, could you help me find the best way to get to River Street Hotel?"
That is a polite and natural way to begin a conversation with someone you do not know. "Excuse me" gets the person's attention without sounding rude. Then, "Could you help me" makes the request respectful and friendly.
So I could use the same pattern in many places.
Definitely. You could say, "Excuse me, could you help me find the nearest bus stop?" You could also say, "Excuse me, could you help me find the city museum?" The structure stays the same, but you change the destination.
What if I already know where the place is, but I do not know how to get there?
Then you can ask, "What is the best way to get there?" This question is useful because the person may suggest walking, taking a bus, using the underground train, or calling a taxi.
I like that question because it does not assume there is only one option.
Exactly. You are asking for advice, not only directions. You might say, "What is the best way to get to the airport from here?" Or, "What is the easiest way to reach the old town?"
In the conversation, you asked whether I plan to walk or use public transportation. That gave me a choice.
Yes. Public transportation is a general expression that includes buses, train, underground trains, and other shared transportation systems. It is useful when you do not want to name one specific kind of transportation.
Then I said I was carrying a suitcase. So public transportation would probably be easier.
That sentence gives a reason for your choice. The word probably shows that you are considering the situation rather than making a very strong statement. You can use it naturally when you are deciding what to do.
For example, it is raining, so taking a bus would probably be easier.
Perfect. Or I am tired, so going back to the hotel would probably be better. This kind of sentence sounds thoughtful and natural.
Another important question was, is there a direct bus from the station?
A direct bus takes you to your destination without requiring you to change to another bus. The same idea works with trains and flights. You can ask, is there a direct train to the airport? Or, is there a direct flight to that city?
But there was no direct bus. So you said I would need to change once.
To change means to leave one bus or train and enter another one. Travelers often hear expressions such as change at Central Square or change to the Blue Line.
That can be confusing when the station is busy.
It can. That is why it helps to repeat the information. In the conversation, you said, "Let me make sure I understand. I take the Green Line towards Central Square and get off at Museum Road."
That expression felt very useful. Let me make sure I understand.
It is one of the best phrases for real-life English. It gives you time to think and allows you to check the information. You are not saying that the other person explained badly. You are simply confirming that you understood correctly.
I could use it outside travel situations too.
Of course, imagine that someone explains how to enter a building. You can say, "Let me make sure I understand. I go through the front door and take the elevator to the 3rd floor."
Or at a restaurant, I could say, "Let me make sure I understand. This dish comes with rice and vegetables."
Exactly. Confirmation prevents small misunderstandings from becoming bigger problems.
Then you answered, "Exactly. Museum Road is the 4th stop from here."
The phrase "get off" is especially important when using public transportation. You get on a bus or train when you enter it, and you get off when you leave it.
So I get on the train at the main station and get off at Museum Road.
Correct. You can also ask, "Where should I get off?" That question is very helpful when speaking to a driver or another passenger.
What about the expression towards Central Square?
Toward shows the direction of travel. A train line may go in 2 directions. So, knowing the line color is not always enough. You also need to know which direction the train is traveling.
That means I should not only ask which line should I take, I should also ask which direction should I take.
Very good. You can say, "Which direction should I take for the city center?" Or, "Is this train going towards Central Square?"
I also asked, "Where can I buy a ticket?"
That is a simple and essential question. You can change the final word depending on the situation. Where can I buy a bus pass? Where can I buy a city map? Where can I buy a bottle of water?
Then we talked about a day pass. A day pass allows unlimited travel for one day.
Right. Unlimited means there is no fixed number of journeys. You can travel several times without buying a new ticket for every trip.
I asked whether the day pass would be worth it.
Would it be worth it is a useful way to ask whether something gives enough value for the money, time, or effort. Imagine that a museum ticket is expensive. You might ask, "Is the guided tour worth it?"
Or I might ask, "Is it worth walking to the top of the hill?"
Exactly. Someone may answer, "Yes. The view is worth it." That means the experience is good enough to justify the effort.
Another phrase that made me feel calmer was, "You should not have to wait long."
That sentence means the expected waiting time is short. It does not promise that there will be no delay, but it gives a reasonable expectation.
I could say the cafe is usually quiet, so we should not have to wait long.
That sounds natural. You can also say the hotel is nearby, so it should not take long to get there.
Then I asked, is there anything interesting near the hotel?
That is a wonderful question for exploring. It invites the other person to recommend places that may not appear in your original plan.
I could also ask, is there anything interesting nearby?
Yes. Nearby means close to your current location. Other useful questions are, is there a good restaurant nearby? Is there a quiet park nearby? Is there anything worth seeing around here?
I like, is there anything worth seeing around here because it sounds open and curious?
It does. Around here means in the local area. You can use it when speaking with hotel staff, shop workers, or local residents.
We also use the expression within walking distance.
A place is within walking distance when it is close enough to reach comfortably on foot. The exact distance depends on the person and the situation, but it usually means you do not need transportation.
So I could ask, is the market within walking distance of the hotel?
Exactly. You can also ask, is the train station within walking distance? If the answer is yes, you may want to ask, how long does it take to walk there?
Directions often include phrases such as turn left, continue straight, cross the bridge, and on your right.
Those are basic expressions, but they are extremely practical. Turn left means change direction to the left. Continue straight means keep moving forward without turning. Cross the bridge means travel from one side of the bridge to the other. On your right tells you where the destination will appear.
When directions contain several steps, repeating them seems especially important.
Yes, you repeated. So I turn left outside the hotel, walk straight, cross the stone bridge, and the market will be on my right. That repetition showed the speaker that you were listening and gave them a chance to correct you.
I also asked, is the area safe to explore alone?
That is a sensible question. To explore alone means to walk around or visit places without another person accompanying you. You can also ask, is it safe to walk there in the evening? Or are there any areas I should avoid?
The answer included, keep your bag close and pay attention to your surroundings.
To pay attention to your surroundings means to notice the people, traffic, streets, and activity around you. It is useful advice in any unfamiliar place.
Then the conversation became more enjoyable when we discussed local food.
Yes, you asked, are there any local dishes that I should try? This question often creates a warmer conversation because people usually enjoy recommending food from their city.
I could also ask, what food is this city famous for?
That is another excellent question. You might hear an answer such as, the city is famous for grilled fish. Then you can follow up with, where is the best place to try it?
A follow-up question helps keep the conversation going.
Exactly. It also helps you receive more useful information. Instead of ending after one answer, you show interest and learn something more.
We also discussed famous landmarks and places that I should not miss.
The expression should not miss means a place or experience is especially worthwhile. You can ask, what is one place I should not miss? Or is there anything visitors should not miss while they are here?
That sounds more natural than asking only what is famous.
It often does because it asks for a personal recommendation Rather than a list of popular attractions,
You warned me that the road becomes steep near the top.
steep describes a road or hill that rises sharply and may be difficult to walk on. If someone says, "The path is steep," you know you may need comfortable shoes and more energy.
Then I said I wanted to explore the smaller streets and local neighborhoods.
That sentence expresses a travel preference. You can use I enjoy, followed by a verb ending in ing. I enjoy visiting local markets. I enjoy walking near the river. I enjoy discovering quiet cafes.
I also said that unexpected places often become my favorite memories.
That is a beautiful way to describe exploration. Unexpected means something you did not plan or predict. A hidden garden, a friendly conversation, or a small family restaurant can become an unexpected highlight of a trip.
The phrase hidden gem might also fit here.
Yes, a hidden gem is a wonderful place that is not widely known. You might say, "We found a small bakery that was a real hidden gem." It does not mean the place is literally hidden. It means it is special but not famous.
Near the end, I asked, could you point out the hotel and the market on the map?
To point out something means to show or identify it. You can ask, "Could you point out the station on this map?" Or, "Could you point out where we are right now?"
That is helpful when pronunciation is difficult, or when a street name is unfamiliar.
Absolutely. You can combine spoken English with a map, a sign, or a written address. Communication does not depend only on words.
Another useful sentence was, could you write down the name of the station?
To write something down means to record it on paper or on a device. You might ask, "Could you write down the address for me?" Or "Could you write down the name of that restaurant?"
That can remove a lot of stress.
It can. When you travel, asking someone to repeat or write something is not a sign of failure. It is a smart communication strategy.
I noticed that I used could you several times. Could you help me? Could you point it out? Could you write it down?
Could you is polite, flexible, and natural. You can use it with strangers, hotel staff, transportation workers, and many other people. Your tone also matters. Speak calmly. Make the request clearly. And finish with "Thank you."
So, the most important expressions from our city journey are not difficult, but they are powerful.
Exactly. You can ask for the best way to reach a place. You can check whether transportation is direct. You can confirm what you heard. You can ask where to get off. You can find out whether a place is within walking distance. You can request local recommendations and ask someone to show you a location on a map.
When these expressions become familiar, a new city feels less intimidating.
And the best way to make them familiar is not only to read them, you need to hear them, repeat them, and imagine yourself using them in a real situation.
I am already picturing myself back inside that busy station, holding the map and asking for help with a little more confidence.
Good. Keep that picture in your mind. Because we are going to slow down, listen closely, and turn those useful expressions into language that feels natural in your own voice.
Before we practice new sentence patterns, let us return to the conversation at the information desk.
Listen carefully and imagine that you have just arrived in the city. You are carrying your suitcase and looking for the easiest way to reach your hotel.
During the first listen, focus on the meaning and the flow of the conversation. You do not need to repeat every sentence yet.
After that, we will slow down some of the most useful lines and give you time to speak them aloud.
Excuse me, could you help me find the best way to get to River Street Hotel?
Of course, River Street Hotel is near the Old Town District. Are you planning to walk, or would you prefer public transportation?
I am carrying a suitcase, so public transportation would probably be easier. Is there a direct bus from the station?
There is a bus, but you will need to change once. The underground train is faster and easier. If this is your first time in the city,
That sounds better. Which line should I take?
take the green line from this station and travel towards Central Square. Get off at Museum Road. The hotel is about a 10-minute walk from there.
Let me make sure I understand. I take the green line towards Central Square and get off at Museum Road.
Exactly, Museum Road is the 4th stop from here.
Great. Where can I buy a ticket?
There are ticket machines beside the entrance. You can pay with cash or a bank card. You can also buy a day pass if you plan to use public transportation several times today.
I do want to explore the city after leaving my luggage at the hotel. Would a day pass be worth it?
Definitely. A day pass gives you unlimited travel on the underground trains and city buses until the end of the day.
That sounds convenient. Is the ticket machine easy to use?
Yes, you can choose English on the first screen, then select Day Pass and follow the instructions.
Thank you. I always feel slightly nervous when I use public transportation in a new city.
No worries, the signs inside the station are clear. You will also see the name of each stop on a screen inside the train.
That is helpful. Do the trains run frequently?
They usually arrive every 6 to 8 minutes during the day. You should not have to wait long.
Perfect. One more question. Is there anything interesting near the hotel?
Yes, the Old Town District is one of the most enjoyable areas to explore. You will find a historic market, a riverside walking path, several small museums, and many local restaurants.
That sounds exactly like what I am looking for. I would love to walk around and try some local food.
Then you should visit the historic market before it closes. It is busiest in the morning, but many food stalls stay open until early evening.
Is it within walking distance of the hotel?
Yes. Leave the hotel and turn left. Continue straight until you reach a stone bridge. Cross the bridge and you will see the market entrance on your right.
So I turn left outside the hotel, walk straight, cross the stone bridge, and the market will be on my right.
That is correct. It should take about 15 minutes.
Wonderful. Is the area safe to explore alone?
It is generally a busy and welcoming area. As in any city, keep your bag close and pay attention to your surroundings, especially in crowded places.
Of course I will be careful. Are there any local dishes that I should try?
The market is famous for its vegetable soup, grilled fish, and warm bread filled with cheese and herbs. If you want something sweet, try the honey cakes.
Honey cakes sound dangerous for someone who promised to eat healthy while traveling.
One cake will not destroy your healthy lifestyle. Walking around the city will probably balance it out.
I like that way of thinking. Perhaps I should walk an extra street before eating one.
That sounds like a reasonable travel plan.
What about famous landmarks? Is there one place that I should not miss?
The clock tower is the most popular landmark in the Old Town. It stands on the hill above the river, and the view from the top is beautiful.
Can I walk there from the market?
Yes, but the road becomes quite steep near the top. Wear comfortable shoes and take your time.
How long does the walk take?
Around 25 minutes from the market. You can also take the small city bus from Market Square. If you feel tired,
I think I will walk. I enjoy seeing the smaller streets and local neighborhoods.
then you may discover some lovely places along the way. There is a quiet garden behind the public library and a small street filled with local art shops.
Those are exactly the kinds of places I enjoy. Famous landmarks are interesting, but small, unexpected places often become my favorite memories.
I agree. Exploring a city slowly can help you notice its real character.
Is there a good place to watch the sunset?
The Riverside Park near the clock tower is probably the best choice. From there, you can see the river, the old bridge, and the lights coming on across the city.
That sounds beautiful. Does the park stay open in the evening?
Yes, it is open until late. Many people go there to walk, sit on the grass, or listen to local musicians.
I may spend the evening there after visiting the market and the tower.
That would make a wonderful first day. Just remember that the last underground train leaves Museum Road shortly before midnight.
Thank you for mentioning that. I do not want my first adventure in the city to end with me sleeping on a station bench.
The benches are not very comfortable, so I strongly recommend returning to your hotel.
I will follow that advice. Could I take a city map with me?
Certainly, the maps are on the counter beside you. This one shows the underground lines, bus routes, main landmarks, and walking paths.
This is very useful. Could you point out the hotel and the market on the map?
Here is the station where we are now. Follow the green line to Museum Road. Your hotel is here near the river. The market is across the stone bridge, and the clock tower is on this hill.
I see it now. The map makes everything feel much clearer.
You can also download the city transportation application. It gives live information about train times and bus delays.
Does it work without an internet connection?
The map can be viewed without an internet connection after you download it, but live transportation updates require a connection.
Good to know. I will download the map while I am still at the station.
That is a smart idea. You may also find free wireless internet at the hotel, public library, and many cafes.
Excellent. I think I am ready to begin exploring.
Before you go, would you like me to write down the name of the station near your hotel?
Yes, please. I sometimes understand a place name when I read it, but I do not recognize it when someone says it quickly.
That is completely normal. The station is called Museum Road. Listen carefully. Museum Road.
Museum Road.
Very good. Try it once more with a smooth rhythm. Museum Road.
Museum Road.
Perfect. If you need help later, you can show the written name to a driver or another passenger.
Thank you for being so patient. You have made my first few minutes in the city much easier.
You are very welcome. Enjoy your visit, and do not be afraid to ask people for help. Most local people are happy to give directions.
I will remember that. Have a great day.
You too enjoy exploring the city.
I walk away from the information desk feeling much calmer than before. A few minutes earlier, the station seemed noisy and confusing. Now I know which train to take, where to get off, and what I can explore after checking into the hotel.
That small conversation has already opened the door to the city. Clear questions, careful listening, and simple confirmation helped turn uncertainty into a real plan.
I look toward the ticket machines and hold the city map in my hand. The green line is waiting below the station, and beyond it are the old streets, the market, the river, and perhaps one unforgettable honey cake.
And hidden inside that conversation are several useful expressions that can help any traveler feel more confident in an unfamiliar place.
Now let us practice the expressions in smaller groups.
I will say a sentence slowly. Listen first and then repeat it aloud. Try to copy the rhythm rather than speaking one word at a time. Excuse me. Could you help me find the best way to get to the city center?
Excuse me, could you help me find the best way to get to the city center?
Very good. Notice how the sentence begins softly. Excuse me is not shouted. It is a polite way to get attention.
Let us change the destination. Excuse me, could you help me find the best way to get to the train station?
Excellent. Now, try another destination.
Excuse me, could you help me find the best way to get to the art museum?
Good. You can use this pattern almost anywhere. The grammar is simple. Could you help me followed by the basic form of a verb?
Could you help me find the hotel?
Could you help me read this map?
Could you help me buy a ticket?
Could you help me understand this sign?
So after help me, we use the basic verb find, read, buy, and understand.
Exactly. We do not say, "Could you help me to finding the station?" The natural form is, "Could you help me find the station?"
Let us practice a transportation question. Is there a direct bus to the old town?
Is there a direct bus to the old town?
Is there a direct train to the airport?
Is there a direct train to the airport?
Is there a direct underground train to Central Square?
Is there a direct underground train to Central Square?
What answer might I hear if the transportation is not direct?
Someone may say, "No, you will need to change once."
No. You will need to change once.
Or you may hear, "You will need to change at Central Station."
You will need to change at Central Station.
The word change can make learners nervous, but the idea is simple. You leave one vehicle and enter another one.
I take one train to Central Station and then change to another line.
Correct. Now practice asking about the correct line.
Which line should I take?
Which line should I take?
Which bus should I take?
Which bus should I take?
Which direction should I take?
Which direction should I take?
These questions use should because I am asking for advice or the correct action.
Exactly. Should is useful when you want someone to guide you. You can also ask, "Where should I get off?"
Where should I get off?
Where should I change trains?
Where should I change trains?
Which exit should I use?
Which exit should I use?
Very natural. Now imagine that someone gives you several directions. You want to confirm every step begin with, "Let me make sure I understand."
Let me make sure I understand.
I take the green line and get off at Museum Road.
I take the green line and get off at Museum Road.
Put the sentences together.
Let me make sure I understand. I take the green line and get off at Museum Road.
Excellent. This is one of the safest and most useful sentences in today's English speaking practice.
It gives me time to think and helps me avoid a mistake.
Exactly. Let us create another example. Imagine that you are taking a bus to the market.
Let me make sure I understand. I take bus number 12 and get off after the stone bridge.
Good. Now imagine that you are walking to a museum.
Let me make sure I understand. I walk straight, turn right at the bank, and the museum will be on my left.
Perfect. The structure helps you organize a series of actions.
I noticed that directions often use the basic form of the verb walk straight, turn left, cross the bridge.
That form is called the imperative. It is commonly used for directions, instructions, and simple advice.
Walk straight.
Turn left.
Continue past the library.
Cross the street.
Take the second exit.
Keep going until you see the park.
These sentences do not need a subject because the listener understands that the instruction is for them.
Correct. The meaning is, you walk straight, or you turn left, but in natural directions we usually remove you.
Let us combine several instructions.
Leave the station and turn right.
Leave the station and turn right.
Walk past the cafe and cross the street.
Walk past the cafe and cross the street.
The bus stop will be on your left.
The bus stop will be on your left.
Now say all three instructions together in a calm, natural rhythm.
Leave the station and turn right. Walk past the cafe and cross the street. The bus stop will be on your left.
Very good. You do not need to speak quickly. Clear speech is more useful than fast speech.
Sometimes I hear directions, but I cannot remember everything. What can I say?
You can ask, "Could you say that again more slowly?"
Could you say that again more slowly?
You can also ask, "Could you repeat the last part?"
Could you repeat the last part?
Or "Could you show me on the map?"
Could you show me on the map?
These questions are not signs of weak English. They show that you are taking responsibility for understanding.
That idea helps me relax. I do not have to pretend that I understood everything.
Exactly. A confident speaker is not someone who understands every word. A confident speaker knows how to ask for clarification.
Let us practice asking about distance.
Is it within walking distance?
Is it within walking distance?
How long does it take to walk there?
How long does it take to walk there?
Is it far from here?
Is it far from here?
Can I walk there from the hotel?
Can I walk there from the hotel?
Now listen to a possible answer. It is about a 15-minute walk.
It is about a 15-minute walk.
The word about shows that the time is approximate. It may take a little more or a little less.
It is about a 10-minute walk.
It is about a 20-minute bus ride.
It is about a 5-minute drive.
Good. Notice the pattern. A number followed by a unit of time, and then the type of journey.
A 10-minute walk.
A 20-minute bus ride.
A 5-minute drive.
Now let us practice asking for recommendations. This is where exploring becomes more personal.
Is there anything interesting nearby?
Is there anything interesting nearby?
What is one place I should not miss?
What is one place I should not miss?
Are there any local dishes that I should try?
Are there any local dishes that I should try?
Where is a good place to watch the sunset?
Where is a good place to watch the sunset?
These questions invite people to share their own knowledge.
Yes, and you can keep the conversation going with a short follow-up question.
Is it far from here?
Is it expensive?
What time does it close?
Is it usually crowded?
Can I get there by bus?
Would you recommend going in the morning?
Follow-up questions help me learn more and make the conversation feel natural.
Exactly. Now we will practice a small conversation. Imagine that you are speaking with someone at your hotel.
Excuse me, is there anything interesting near the hotel?
Yes. There is a local market near the river.
Is it within walking distance?
Yes, it is about a 15-minute walk.
What is the best way to get there?
Turn left outside the hotel and continue straight until you reach the bridge.
Let me make sure I understand. I turn left, walk straight, and cross the bridge.
Exactly. The market will be on your right.
Thank you. Is there any food that I should try there?
The market is famous for warm bread and honey cakes.
Honey cakes again. I think this city is testing my self-control.
Perhaps the city simply wants you to practice ordering dessert in English.
That is a very educational explanation.
Let us practice that food question with different words.
What food is this city famous for?
What food is this city famous for?
Is there a local dish that you recommend?
Is there a local dish that you recommend?
Where can I try traditional food?
Where can I try traditional food?
What is the most popular dish here?
What is the most popular dish here?
Now I would like to practice talking about my preferences.
Good. You can use I enjoy, followed by a verb ending in ing.
I enjoy walking through quiet neighborhoods.
I enjoy visiting local markets.
I enjoy discovering small cafes.
I enjoy taking photographs near the river.
I enjoy talking with local people.
I enjoy learning about the history of a city.
Can I also say I would love to?
Of course, I would love to expresses a wish or something you are excited to do.
I would love to explore the old town.
I would love to try some local food.
I would love to visit the clock tower.
I would love to watch the sunset by the river.
I would love to find a quiet hidden gem.
That last phrase is especially useful. A hidden gem is a wonderful place that many visitors do not know about.
I could ask, are there any hidden gems around here?
Yes, that sounds natural and curious. You may discover a garden, a bakery, a bookstore, or a peaceful street that is not included in the usual tourist guides.
Let us practice a longer answer about a day in a new city.
Listen first and then create your own version.
I would begin my day at the local market because I enjoy trying traditional food. After that, I would walk through the old town and visit a small museum. In the evening, I would go to the Riverside Park and watch the sunset.
That is a clear and natural plan. You used would because you were describing what you would choose to do.
Could I use will if the plan is certain?
Yes. If you have already decided, you can say, I will begin my day at the market, then I will visit the museum and walk to the Riverside Park.
I will begin my day at the market.
Then I will visit the museum.
After that, I will walk through the old town.
In the evening, I will watch the sunset by the river.
Words such as then after that, and in the evening help connect the plan.
Exactly. They make your answer easy to follow and sound more complete.
Now let us do a question and answer practice. You ask the question and I will answer naturally.
What do you usually look for first when you arrive in a new city?
I usually look for a transportation map because I want to understand how to move around.
Do you prefer famous landmarks or quiet local places?
I enjoy both, but quiet local places often become my favorite memories.
Would you rather explore alone or with another person?
I like exploring with a friend because we can share ideas, but I also enjoy walking alone for a short time.
What would you do if you got lost?
I would check my map and then politely ask someone for directions.
What sentence would you use?
Excuse me, could you help me find the nearest train station?
Very good. What would you say if the person spoke too quickly?
Could you say that again more slowly, please?
What would you say after receiving directions?
Let me make sure I understand. I walk straight, turn left at the bridge, and the station will be on my right.
Excellent. You are not only learning separate sentences, you are learning how to manage a complete situation.
That feels more useful because real conversations rarely follow a perfect script.
Exactly. Someone may give a different answer, use an unfamiliar word, or recommend a place you did not expect. Your key expressions help you stay calm and continue.
Let us finish this practice with a short shadowing sequence.
Repeat each sentence with a relaxed voice. Imagine that the city is around you and every sentence has a real purpose. Excuse me, could you help me find the city center?
Excuse me, could you help me find the city center?
Which line should I take?
Which line should I take?
Where should I get off?
Where should I get off?
Let me make sure I understand.
Let me make sure I understand.
Is it within walking distance?
Is it within walking distance?
Could you show me on the map?
Could you show me on the map?
Is there anything interesting nearby?
Is there anything interesting nearby?
What is one place I should not miss?
What is one place I should not miss?
Are there any local dishes that I should try?
Are there any local dishes that I should try?
Could you say that again more slowly?
Could you say that again more slowly?
Thank you for your help.
Thank you for your help.
Beautiful work. If some sentences still feel difficult, repeat them later. Your confidence grows every time your mouth becomes familiar with the words.
I can already feel the difference. The city may still be unfamiliar, but the language no longer feels completely unfamiliar.
And that is the purpose of practice. We cannot predict every street, every person, or every answer, but we can prepare flexible expressions that work in many situations.
So when the plan changes, I will still have something useful to say.
Exactly. You may discover that the museum is closed, the bus is delayed, or the restaurant is full. But a real city always gives you more than one possibility, and English gives you more than one way to respond.
That makes me curious about the different ways these situations could unfold because not every traveler will ask the same questions or receive the same recommendations. That is exactly what makes exploring a new city interesting. The same goal can lead to different conversations depending on where you are, who you ask, and what kind of help you need.
Yes, and learning natural variations makes you more flexible. You do not have to memorize one perfect sentence. You can choose the version that feels right in the moment.
We practiced. Excuse me, could you help me find the city center?
You can also say, excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the city center?
Or, do you know the best way to get to the city center?
Exactly. If you have already started walking, you can ask, am I heading in the right direction?
Am I heading in the right direction for the old town?
Yes, keep going straight for about 5 minutes. Then turn left at the large fountain.
Is the fountain easy to see?
Very easy. You cannot miss it.
You cannot miss. It sounds funny, because technically I could miss anything,
That is true, but in everyday English, it means the place is very obvious and easy to notice.
Let us imagine that I need help on a bus. Excuse me, does this bus go to the Riverside Park?
Yes, but you will need to get off at Central Square and walk for a few minutes.
Could you let me know when we reach Central Square?
Of course, it is about 6 stops from here.
Thank you. I just arrived today and I am still learning my way around.
No problem. I will tell you when we get there.
I like the expression, I am still learning my way around.
It is a friendly way to explain that you are new to the area. You can also say, I am new here, or this is my first time in the city.
What if I want a recommendation, but I do not want the most touristy place?
You can ask, where do local people usually go?
Where do local people usually go?
Or, is there a good place nearby that is not too touristy?
Is there a good place nearby that is not too touristy?
You might also ask, do you know any quiet places that visitors often miss?
Let us imagine that I am speaking with someone at a small cafe. I have a free afternoon, and I would like to see something different. Do you know any places that visitors often miss?
There is a small garden behind the old library. Most tourists walk past it, but it is peaceful and beautiful.
That sounds perfect. Is it far from here?
Not at all. You can walk there in about 10 minutes.
Is there anything else worth seeing nearby?
There is a little art street beside the garden. Local artists sell paintings and handmade gifts there.
That is exactly what I was looking for.
That sentence is a warm way to show that the recommendation matches your interests.
If I do not understand the place name, I can ask, how do you spell that?
Exactly. You can also say, could you write it down for me?
Or, could you mark it on my map?
Those are all natural requests, and they can make communication much easier.
Now we should talk about food. Because exploring a city without trying local food feels incomplete.
I agree. You can ask, what do you recommend?
What is something local that I should try?
What is your most popular dish?
I can also explain my preference. I would like something light.
I am looking for something warm and filling.
I would prefer something that is not too spicy.
You can also ask, is this enough for one person? Or, is this dish usually shared?
Those questions could stop me from ordering enough food for an entire family.
Then let us practice before that happens.
Excuse me, what is something local that I should try?
If you like fish, I recommend the grilled river fish with herbs.
That sounds good. Is it very spicy?
It has a little spice, but it is not too strong.
Perfect. And what would you recommend for dessert?
The honey cake is the local favorite.
I knew the honey cake would return.
Some important travel experiences cannot be avoided.
Another common situation is arriving somewhere and discovering that it is closed.
In that moment, you can say, I did not realize it was closed. Is there a similar place nearby?
Or, do you know when it opens again?
You can also ask, is there another museum you would recommend?
Let us try that situation. Excuse me, is the History Museum closed today?
Yes, it is closed for maintenance.
That is unfortunate. Is there another museum nearby?
The City Art Museum is open, and it is only 2 streets away.
Is it easy to walk there?
Yes, go back to the main square and turn right beside the bank.
Thank you, that gives me a new plan.
That final sentence shows a positive attitude. A change does not have to ruin your day. It can lead to a different experience.
The same thing can happen when a train is delayed or a bus route changes.
Then you can ask, is there another way to get there?
What is the quickest alternative?
Would it be faster to walk?
How long is the delay?
Those questions help you make a decision. Instead of becoming stuck,
Excuse me, do you know how long the train delay will be?
it may be about 20 minutes.
Is there another way to reach Museum Road?
You can take bus number 8 from the stop outside the station.
Would it be faster than waiting for the train?
At this time of day, the bus would probably be faster.
Thank you. I will take the bus instead.
Very good. You stayed calm, asked clear questions, and chose a new option.
Exploring also creates small moments that are not problems but still require natural English.
For example, you may want someone to take a photograph for you.
Excuse me. Would you mind taking a picture of me?
That is polite and common. You can also say, "Could you take a picture for me, please?"
Could you include the clock tower in the picture?
Or could you take one more from a little farther back?
Then I should remember to say thank you, that looks great.
Exactly. Another useful situation is checking opening times.
What time does the market close?
What time does the museum open?
Is the tower open every day?
Do I need to book in advance?
In advance means before the time of the visit.
Correct. You can also ask, "Can I buy tickets at the entrance?"
Let us try one final variation. Hello, I would like to visit the clock tower. Do I need to book in advance?
You do not need to book, but the final entry is at 6 in the evening.
How long does the visit usually take?
Most people spend about 45 minutes inside.
Is there a good view from the top?
Yes, you can see the river, the old bridge, and most of the city center.
Then I would definitely like one ticket, please.
Very natural. You asked about the booking, the time, and the experience before making your decision.
I am beginning to see that exploring a new city is really a collection of small conversations.
Exactly. None of them needs to be perfect. You may ask for directions, order food, change your plan, request a photograph, or check an opening time. Each conversation has a clear purpose.
And there is usually more than one natural way to express that purpose.
That is the key idea. Instead of memorizing one fixed script, build a small group of flexible phrases.
For directions, I can ask, "Could you tell me how to get there?" or "Am I heading in the right direction?"
For transportation, you can ask, "Does this bus go there?" or "Could you let me know when I should get off?"
For recommendations, I can ask, "What do you recommend?" or "Where do local people usually go?"
For unexpected changes, you can ask, "Is there another option?" or "What is the quickest alternative?"
For clarification, I can ask, "Could you say that again?" or "Could you show me on the map?"
And for a good recommendation, you can say, "That is exactly what I was looking for."
These variations make me feel less afraid of forgetting one sentence.
Good, because real confidence does not come from remembering every word. It comes from knowing that you can adapt.
A new city may surprise me with a closed museum, a delayed train, a hidden garden, or a local dessert that keeps following me through the entire day.
And each surprise gives you another reason to speak, listen, and connect with the people around you.
That reminds me of experiences I have had while traveling. Some of my best memories began with a plan that did not work.
The same is true for me. There are lessons that maps cannot teach, and they often appear when we are slightly lost, curious, and willing to ask one more question.
You know, Grace, some of my strongest travel memories did not begin at famous landmarks. They began in ordinary moments when I had to stop, look around, and ask someone for help.
I understand that feeling. A city becomes more personal when you stop seeing it as a list of attractions and begin experiencing it through small conversations, sounds, smells, streets, and unexpected choices.
I remember arriving in a coastal city several years ago. I had planned everything carefully. I knew which bus to take, where my hotel was, and which places I wanted to visit before sunset.
That sounds unusually organized for you.
I know I was very proud of myself for about 12 minutes. Then I got on the wrong bus.
Of course, you were almost too organized.
Exactly. I sat near the window feeling confident until the streets became quieter and the tall buildings disappeared. I checked my map and realized that the bus was moving in the opposite direction.
What did you do?
At first, I felt embarrassed. I thought everyone would notice that I was lost. But then I reminded myself that nobody on the bus knew my original plan. I was the only person judging me.
That is such an important lesson. We often imagine that other people are watching every mistake, but most people are focused on their own day.
I walked to the front when the bus stopped and said, "Excuse me, I think I am going in the wrong direction. Could you tell me where I should get off?"
That was a clear and honest question.
The driver explained that I should get off at the next stop, cross the road, and take another bus back toward the city center. I repeated the instructions to make sure I understood.
Did you find the correct bus?
Eventually, yes, but first I discovered a small beach near the stop. I had not planned to visit it. The weather was calm and several local families were sitting near the water. I stayed there for half an hour before continuing.
So, the wrong bus gave you an unexpected experience.
It did. That small beach became one of my favorite memories from the trip. I learned that getting lost does not always mean that the day is ruined. Sometimes it simply means the day is becoming different.
I love that idea. A plan gives us direction, but curiosity helps us enjoy what happens between the planned moments.
I also learned a practical lesson. I now check both the bus number and the direction before getting on.
That is wise. The correct bus number is not enough if the bus travels in two directions. You can ask, is this bus going toward the city center?
Or does this bus stop near the old town?
Exactly. A quick question before getting on can save a long journey in the wrong direction.
Another thing I learned is to save important information before leaving the hotel. I keep the hotel name, address, and nearest station on my phone.
That is one of my favorite travel habits too. I also take a picture of the hotel entrance and the street around it.
That is clever. The picture can help you recognize the area when you return.
Yes, and it can help if the street name is difficult to pronounce. You can show the picture to a driver or local person and ask, "Do you know how I can get back here?"
Have you ever had an experience where your English helped you feel more connected to a new city?
Many times, one experience happened when I visited a small mountain city. I arrived early in the morning and most shops were still closed. I wanted breakfast, but I could not find the cafe that someone had recommended.
What did you do?
I saw a woman arranging fruit outside a small market. I asked, "Excuse me, is there a good place nearby where I can get breakfast?"
That sounds simple and natural.
She pointed toward a narrow street and told me about a family bakery. She said it was easy to miss because there was no large sign. I followed her directions and found a tiny shop with warm bread soup and tea.
That sounds like a hidden gem.
It truly was. The owner asked where I came from, and we had a short, friendly conversation. My English was not the reason the bakery was special, but it helped me enter the experience more fully.
You were not only buying breakfast, you were connecting with the place.
Exactly, language gave me access to a small part of daily life that I might otherwise have missed. That is why I always encourage learners to speak even when their sentence feels basic.
A basic sentence can open a door.
Yes, you do not need to impress anyone. You only need to communicate one clear idea at a time.
Sometimes learners wait until they can say everything perfectly before they speak.
And that waiting can continue for years. Confidence usually comes after speaking, not before speaking.
That is true. I did not become comfortable asking for directions by studying the sentence silently. I became comfortable after using it in real situations.
Practice prepares you, but experience completes the lesson.
I have a simple method. When I explore a new city, I choose 3 things for the day. One place I definitely want to visit, one local food I want to try, and one area where I can walk without a strict plan.
I like that balance. You have enough structure to feel secure, but enough freedom to discover something unexpected.
If I try to visit 10 places in one day, I spend more time checking the clock than enjoying the city.
That happens to many travelers. They rush from one landmark to another, take a quick photograph, and immediately think about the next stop.
Then, at the end of the day, they feel exhausted but cannot remember the details.
Slow exploration can create stronger memories. Notice the sound of a market. Listen to people talking. Look at the doors, windows, and small gardens. Try to understand how the city feels, rather than only how it looks.
That also creates more opportunities for English listening practice.
Definitely. You may hear announcements on a train, conversations in a cafe, or simple questions in a shop. You do not need to understand everything. Choose 1 or 2 words that you recognize and use the situation to guess the meaning.
For example, if I enter a museum and hear someone mention tickets and entrance, I can understand the general topic even if I miss part of the sentence.
Exactly. Listening in real life is not about catching every word. It is about finding enough meaning to respond appropriately.
What do you do when someone speaks too quickly?
First, I stay calm. Then I use one of 3 strategies. I ask them to repeat. I ask them to speak more slowly, or I repeat the part that I understood.
Could you give us an example?
Imagine someone says, "Take the blue line change at Market Square and use the north exit."
That is a lot of information at once.
You could respond, "I understood the blue line, but could you repeat where I need to change?"
That is more specific than simply saying, "I do not understand."
Yes, specific clarification makes the conversation easier for both people. It shows which part you understood and which part you still need.
Another tip that helps me is learning how to pronounce the names of important places.
That can make a big difference. Listen to how local people say the station name, street name, or neighborhood. Repeat it quietly and connect the sound with the written form.
Sometimes the spelling and pronunciation are very different.
They can be. That is why asking, "How do you pronounce this?" is useful. You can point to the name on your map and listen carefully.
I also like carrying a small notebook when I travel.
What do you write in it?
I write useful phrases, new place names, and small details about the day. At night, I write a few sentences about what happened.
That is wonderful practice. You are combining travel memories with English writing.
I might write, "Today I took the wrong bus but discovered a quiet beach. A local driver helped me find the correct route."
That kind of reflection helps vocabulary stay in your memory because the words are connected to a real experience.
You could also record a short voice note.
Yes, speak for 1 or 2 minutes about where you went, what you saw, and how you felt. Do not prepare every sentence. Just speak naturally and continue, even if you make a mistake.
That sounds like useful speaking practice at the end of each day.
It is. You can begin with simple prompts. What surprised me today? What conversation did I have? What new expression did I hear? What place would I recommend?
I think the emotional side of exploring is important too. A new city can feel exciting in the morning and lonely in the evening.
That is very true. Travel is not always constant happiness. You may feel tired, confused, or far from everything familiar. Those feelings are normal.
When that happens, I return to something simple. I find a quiet cafe, order a familiar drink, and look at my plan without rushing.
A short pause can reset the whole day. You do not need to keep moving just because you are traveling.
Sometimes I call someone I know or listen to familiar music while walking in a safe area.
Comfort and exploration can exist together. You can try new experiences while still taking care of yourself.
What safety habits do you recommend?
I keep my phone charged, I carry the address of my accommodation, I check the final train or bus time, and I avoid displaying all my money in crowded places.
I also tell someone where I plan to go if I am traveling alone.
That is a responsible habit. And remember that confidence does not mean ignoring your instincts. If a street or situation feels uncomfortable, you can leave and choose another route.
You do not need to be polite at the cost of your safety.
Exactly. Most conversations will be friendly, but you are always allowed to end an interaction and walk away.
Let us talk about practicing before the journey. What can a learner do at home?
Start by imagining 3 common situations. Ask for directions. Buy a transportation ticket. And request a local recommendation.
Then practice both sides of each conversation.
Yes, ask the question and imagine 2 or 3 possible answers. You might ask, is the museum within walking distance? The answer could be, yes, it is about 10 minutes away, or no, you should take the bus.
That prepares me to listen, instead of only preparing me to speak.
Exactly. Many learners memorize their own question, but feel surprised when another person answers. Practice the response as well as the request.
You could also open a map and choose random locations.
Then, describe the route aloud. Walk straight past the bank, turn left at the park, cross the bridge, and the cafe will be on your right.
That is a simple way to practice directions without leaving home.
You can also watch a travel video with English audio. Pause after useful phrases and repeat them. This builds shadowing skills and helps your voice become comfortable with natural rhythm.
We should remind everyone not to collect too many expressions at once.
Absolutely. Choose a small group and use them repeatedly. For example, could you help me find, is it within walking distance? Let me make sure I understand, and is there anything interesting nearby?
4 flexible expressions can be more useful than 40 sentences that I cannot remember.
Exactly. Learn less, use more, and repeat often.
When you arrive in the city, give yourself one small speaking mission.
That could be asking someone for a recommendation, even if you already have a map.
Or asking a cafe worker, what is your most popular drink?
Or asking hotel staff, is there a quiet place nearby where I can take a walk?
A small, successful conversation creates momentum.
And if the conversation is awkward, it still counts. You showed courage, you used English, and you discovered what you need to practice next.
That changes the meaning of a mistake.
Yes, a mistake becomes information. It tells you which word was difficult, which answer surprised you, or which phrase you want to learn.
Let us give listeners a short challenge. Imagine that you have just arrived in an unfamiliar city.
Think about your first 3 questions. Where is your hotel? How will you get there? And what would you like to explore after arriving?
Say your questions aloud. You might begin, excuse me, what is the easiest way to get to River Street?
Then ask, is there a day pass for public transportation?
And finish with, is there one place nearby that I should not miss?
Beautiful. Those 3 questions can begin an entire day of exploration.
Our experiences were different. You found a family bakery, and I found a beach after taking the wrong bus.
But the lesson was similar. We stayed curious, asked for help, and allowed the day to change.
So, here is our mini recap. Keep your questions simple, confirm important directions, and ask for clarification when you need it.
Save important addresses, learn a few transportation phrases, and give yourself enough time to explore without rushing.
Notice local life, not only famous landmarks.
Use English as a bridge rather than a test.
Practice a small group of useful expressions before your journey.
And remember that being lost for a moment does not mean you have failed. It may simply be the beginning of a story you will remember.
I feel much more prepared now. A new city still contains uncertainty, but that uncertainty feels exciting rather than frightening.
That is the confidence we want you to build, not the confidence of knowing everything, but the confidence of trusting that you can listen, ask, adapt, and continue.
Every new street becomes a chance to observe.
Every question becomes a chance to connect.
Every small conversation becomes real English practice.
And every experience gives you another story to tell when the day is over.
As we come to the end of our journey, imagine yourself standing beside the river while the city lights begin to appear around you.
The streets that felt unfamiliar in the morning no longer seem quite so confusing. You have learned how to ask for directions, use public transportation request recommendations, and stay calm when your plans change.
You may not know every street name and you may not understand every word you hear, but you know something more important.
You know how to begin. You can say, "Excuse me, could you help me?" You can confirm information with, "Let me make sure I understand." You can ask someone to repeat an answer, and you can continue even when the situation is not perfect.
That is real confidence in English. It is not knowing everything before you speak. It is trusting yourself enough to take the first step.
Every new city has busy stations, quiet gardens, crowded markets, hidden streets, and unexpected moments. Your English can help you experience all of them more fully.
So, the next time you explore an unfamiliar place, give yourself one simple challenge. Ask one question in English.
It could be, "Is there anything interesting nearby?"
It could be, "What is one place I should not miss?"
Or it could be, "Could you tell me the best way to get there?"
One question may lead to a short answer,
A short answer may lead to a conversation,
and that conversation may lead you to a place or memory that you never expected to find.
Keep practicing the expressions from this episode. Speak them slowly, repeat them clearly, and imagine yourself using them in real life.
You can listen again while walking, relaxing, traveling, or preparing to sleep. Each time you listen, try to notice one new phrase or repeat one sentence with more confidence.
Do not worry if your pronunciation is not perfect. Do not wait until every sentence feels easy. Progress happens when you use what you know today and continue building from there.
Thank you for exploring this new city with us on Daily English Podcast.
We hope this English listening practice helped you feel more relaxed, more prepared, and more confident about using real-life English.
Tell us in the comments what you usually enjoy doing when you visit a new city. Do you look for famous landmarks, local food, quiet neighborhoods, or hidden gems?
Your answer is another opportunity to think in English and share your experience with other learners.
If this episode supported your English journey, please like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Your support helps us create more relaxing English conversations, speaking practice, shadowing practice, and useful everyday English for you.
Keep listening,
Keep speaking,
keep asking questions.
and keep exploring with curiosity.
A new city may begin as a place filled with unfamiliar streets.
But one step, one question, and one friendly conversation can slowly make it feel familiar.
Until we meet again, take care of yourself, enjoy your English practice, and remember that every confident speaker once began with a simple sentence.
Keep going, because your next English conversation may be closer than you think.